Great stuff. Ian, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Mark, you're very welcome.
How are you doing? You're looking well.
Congratulations on the achievement. I'm fine. Good to see you. That's a new single. Terrific song.
Well, not used to.
Thank you.
And I kind of heard it before, haven't I? Yeah. Whose song is it?
Relish song, yeah.
Rainbow
Zephyr.
And you guys changed it.
That's right.
We actually collaborated with Relish. When we heard the song, actually Mark brought the idea to the table, and obviously when we heard the song we knew it was an epic song, and we really liked the groove of the song and stuff like that, and we kind of felt we wanted a bit of a change, so we contacted Relish, and then they got together with our producers, if you like, and rewrote the song to make it hey whatever.
You look like you're enjoying it.
Yeah,
it's a terrific song
definitely,
to perform. Big UK tour, how did it go? Did you have fun?
Very good, yeah. We toured for 5 months. It was our biggest tour that we've ever done. We toured across Europe, and we did about 60 dates in the UK, so it was really, really good.
Yeah. Mark, you got to play Sligo.
That's right, yeah.
What was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, you know, obviously, 3 of us come from there, and the band sort of started off down there, you know, right back kind of many years ago, and to be able to go back there and sort of give them a concert, first of all, it was something good for the town, but also for us to play, you know, in our hometown.
There's no trouble in the chipper or anything after the gig. Remember
that? Well, the thing is, you know, it went really smoothly, and there was no kind of injuries and no kind of bad things happened, so we were happy with that.
But a good vibe.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the town say they loved it, and we loved it, so, you know, it was a success to me.
Someone was telling me something about you and Colin Farrell and Bono and a gold card.
Yeah, I got a phone call a couple of days ago, and I'm getting the Abracadabra gold card, which basically means I can eat any Abracadabra, anything I want.
For the rest of your life?
For free, yeah.
And why you and Bono and Colin are sort of late night habits?
Actually, of all the people to give it to, they shouldn't have given it to me because they know I'm going to use it. No, it's because they actually Abracadabra sponsor our local football team, the Beachcombers. So basically that's how it all came about, and they decided I'd be the next person to get it. So
you and about 10,000 fans queuing up outside your local
Abracadabra. Yeah, I'm going to invite everyone back for an
Flash the card. We have to talk about the big do.
You left me for last, didn't you?
No, I just want to talk about the big do because I've been looking at the Hello magazines. We'll have a look at some of the pics in a couple of minutes. How did the wedding go? I mean, we know what we heard about it, but how did it go from your point of view?
It was absolutely fantastic. Honestly, I don't think we could have wished for a better day. I think, you know, we couldn't, to our families, you know, our friends, obviously all the lads, their families were there. And we had the day that we wanted to have, and it was fantastic. Yeah,
as I said, you got 2 editions of Hello magazine. You got this one here, which is the wedding edition, and then you got the honeymoon edition as well.
You should have gotten 2 of them for the price of one, shouldn't you?
Yeah, I was looking for the bit in between, but then I realised there wouldn't be a bit in between because, according to one of the tabloids yesterday, you didn't sleep with your wife on the night of your wedding. Is that true?
Yes, yeah.
You did, Brian. You're in enough trouble. There was a simple reason.
It's nobody's business, really.
The truth was.
I mean, obviously, everybody's been reading the press.
Yeah. You didn't get to bed until the morning. That's why you
didn't get to bed
sleep.
late o'clock, but that was a typical Irish wedding, you know. And I think, as I said, myself and Gina had a fantastic day. You know, we never asked for, you know, the media kind of hype that went with it. We had a fantastic day. There was a lot of stuff that happened. I think that, what can you say? Yeah. Wasn't supposed to happen.
We're looking at some of the pictures. I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, fairy tale.
The only problem was it was very hot. I think all the guests, you know, were sitting in the church for about an hour or two longer than they should have been, and you know that was obviously nothing to do with us either. And you know, it was a beautiful day. It was fantastic, and obviously the disappointing part of it was the hype that was at home. And you know, I think I can say here, and I can say, you know, that the press can say whatever they want about me, but the unfortunate part about it was I think Georgina's dad, because I think a lot of the stuff, everything that was said from the press at home, you know, wasn't true. And I think as well, you know, it was kind of, he was in a situation where his daughter was getting married, and you know, the Irish press, regardless of hello deal or no hello deal, you know, they weren't going to get into a wedding. You know, they're not going to get into anybody's wedding, you know, if it's a, you know, a big wedding or not. And you know, the press, I think, felt that they weren't getting what they wanted, so they kind of homed in on stuff that wasn't happening.
What about the charges of heavy-handed security, for instance? You know, some of the guys, you know, people I would know and you would know and normally have very amiable dealings with, saying that some of the guys that I presume Hello hired were, you know, more than heavy.
Well, I don't know. I think, you know, you look at the security. Myself, I never asked for heavy-handed security. Georgina's dad certainly didn't ask for heavy-handed security. Unfortunately, I think the only way you can put that is if you only had been there and seen the way the press were actually approaching the situation, it was scary. I mean, we've been all over the world, and we're particularly big in Southeast Asia and stuff, and we get off planes and people come and they run at you and charge at you. But I got out of a car for the rehearsal with my mother, who was certainly not used to press or anything like that, and I had about 10 photographers, run at me. And I mean run at me, I don't mean stand, try and take a picture, I mean run at me. And I think another guy, journalist, shoving cameras in my face and things like that. I mean, I don't know what they wanted. I mean, what did they want from us? They were getting their pictures, of me entering the church. But on one occasion, actually, and I think the famous kung fu kick, that was a local, or a police officer from France. And when myself and my mum were entering the church, one of the guys shouted, when we were literally walking in, one of the guys shouted, "Shoot, shoot, shoot." Now,
is that a camera?
Yeah,
or is
obviously
that a gun?
it was a camera. But when you're in that, and when there's 10 and photographers and journalists around you, and questions are flying from everywhere, and someone shouts "shoot," and you're in a foreign country,
and especially as a prime minister.
Well,
exactly.
I mean, people say Georgina should have got married in Ireland because
what do you say
her
to that?
dad. Well, I mean, why? We got married in France. We wanted to get married in France. We had a fantastic day. I mean, the people that we've had come up to us, and I think the general public in Ireland have been absolutely fantastic. And I have to say, we haven't had anything but well wishes from everybody. Unfortunately, the press homed in on someone. And to be
Did
fair,
Georgina manage to get through the day and the honeymoon without knowing about this stuff, or was she made aware of kind of the controversy back home?
We knew there was stuff back home. I think people tried to keep it from us because it was our wedding day. But I don't think you could get away from it.
Do you think it would have been the same in Ireland if you had married here?
I think it would have been worse in Ireland. Yeah. I think they no matter where we got married, they were going to follow us. And I suppose maybe we should have looked at that and said, no matter where we go, it's going to happen. But what can we do? It was just one of those things that we have to try and move on from. As I said, the unfortunate person was Georgina's dad, because to be honest, I mean, the stories that came out about Georgina's dad. Yeah,
but then Bill Hughes told everyone what he said at the wedding, and
he made the most amazing speech that I've ever heard. And I'm not, I know he's a politician, but he didn't, he wasn't reading from auto-cue, and it was absolutely it was touching.
Win the money as well. We all had bets on sitting at the tables. We all had like a wager and bets on how long Bertie's speech was going to be. And I think I had 27 minutes, and I think it was in
Georgina
around 26.
Won
Georgina won at the end. I think that was a fix, though.
I think he was looking at the watch.
Every time he said something beautiful, we were all like, "Come on, everyone, yes, Bertie, go."
To make it longer.
Try and make it go longer. Stretch him out.
Yeah. Speaking of weddings, Shane, you're about to tie the knot.
That's right. Yeah. December.
So have you learned from Nicky and Georgina's experience?
I want to have as good as they had, definitely. Obviously, it won't be as hot because it'll be in Ireland at Christmas. But it's going to be a Christmas-style wedding in Ireland, yeah. So it's going.
But I mean, in terms of security, Hello Magazine, and all that.
I'm not doing a magazine. We've decided not to do a magazine. We thought about it for like different offers came in or whatever. We just said no to it. Just don't want to do it.
It can't be a quiet wedding.
The Leitrim Observer made a big offer.
The Leitrim Observer. Anyway, it's going to be probably big because you have lots of friends.
Yeah,
and family.
It's going to be an Irish wedding, typical Irish wedding. Obviously, I have a big family and lots of friends, so it's going to be probably 350, maybe 400 guests. But it's going to be in a marquee and stuff like that.
And Cian, you've been sporting a very beautiful young lady on your arm recently.
I have.
Where'd you meet her?
I actually met her about 5 years ago when the band first started. She was in a band called Girlsing who were signed to our label, and we just got to know each other very well, and 5 years later we ended up
So it's not kind of the success of Hollyoaks and that kind of
No, not at all.
links.
We know each other a long time. So
you know each other a long time.
Yeah.
And is that leading inevitably
I'm only with the girl 3.5 months. Give it a chance.
All right. Anyway, what about you, Mark?
Unfortunately, I'm still a single man.
Is it? Oh, listen to it.
Hey, don't be
What do you
on.
mean?
He's having
Unfortunately, there's lots of people out there who think this is great news that you're still.
Oh, well, he just hasn't got one.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, but is it difficult to in your position? You guys are very wealthy now, very successful. you know, you'd be maybe a bit worried that people would be with you for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we're not exactly kind of normal, average lifestyle living kind of lads or whatever, and there's certain, you know, parts of our life that kind of attract people that normally wouldn't be attracted, you know. And obviously you kind of have to deal with the kind of fact in the back of your head, you know, is this person really here for me, or, you know, are they here because of Westlife or because of what I'm attached to or whatever with work?
That's a difficult one.
Yeah, it can be very difficult, you know, especially when it comes to finding someone that you really like and sort of, you know, gaining that trust and everything, you know. And, you know, there's been times where you've been hurt in the past and stuff with things like that. So it's never easy, but, you know, I'm kind of...
And you find someone, and suddenly, 2 days later, in your early morning red top, you find Confessions, my night of passion with Mark.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, as I say,
I'm sure his corpse in there.
I'm sure there's lots of people, you know, that are in our position, you know, in music or in TV or whatever, that go through that, and it is something that happens. And I don't know. I mean, the only thing that teaches about me is the individual that's gone and sold it to the paper, if you know what I mean. And it's a disappointment in that way, because you feel like maybe you've had an enjoyable time with somebody and then it turns out that, you know, that they're the total flip of what they told you they were or whatever. So it can be kind of quite annoying and stuff. But you know what? I like to be kind of positive about it, and you know, I think there definitely is someone out there. It's just a matter of finding somebody, you know.
Yeah, it'd be great fun looking as well. That's
well, yeah, there's definitely that side to it.
I mean, this business of the papers, you've had good news and bad news in a sense. You've Dad of the Year.
Yeah.
You beat David Beckham and Tony Blair.
Yeah. I was more shocked than anyone.
More shocked and
I
surprised.
didn't understand it. I was like, okay, I'm 23 and I'm Dad of the Year. I should be Kid of the Year, not really Dad of the Year. It was a great honour, and I'm delighted.
And then all the other stuff in the papers.
Well, you know, it's every time I seem to talk about my private life, it just seems to get turned into this story that every time I read something about myself, it's starting to turn from the truth into bad. Even when I try and tell the truth, it again gets twisted.
But Kerry's gone on the record quite a few times, hasn't she?
Oh, listen, the way it is, you know, things happen in the past. Everyone makes mistakes. Me and Kerry are happier than we've ever been in our life, you know, and it just seems that we keep paying for the same mistakes over and over again.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you're in our position and people just feel that, you know, and it's the same with Mark, what just Mark said a minute ago, and it's the same with Nicky, with them photographers that, you know, are trying to hit and get pictures. Money makes the world go round, and when people can see money in front of them, they don't care who's involved and who gets hurt, whether it be children or if it's ruining someone's wedding day or it's, you know, making someone feel embarrassed. They don't care when there's money in front of them, and, you know, the media are the same. It's just...
Yeah.
People aren't important.
But from your point of view, I mean, Kerry's not a woman to be crossed, as I've discovered on this show. So, and you know only too well.
Slightly.
Yeah. Well, look, it's great to have you guys. Thank you very much for flying in specially with us. You were in Manchester and you came all the way, and I really appreciate it. And you're going to do another song. I'll tell them all about it while you get lined up. Westlife, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Great stuff.